Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today is the work in progress number 4 on the Khalgrim Bust. I reckon the face is more or less done. I think if I'm going to keep messing around with it, you try and, I know there's a thing of like pushing the boundaries, but I also think you've got to know when to quit sometimes, and I think that time is now. There might be the odd little bit I'll do to him when the figure's all stuck together. As I say, we can see where the extra shades are and things like that. But at the moment, I'm happy with the face. I have put some photographs on at the end of the video because I do realise that obviously my lighting isn't always the best, so you might be able to see the face a bit better. I mean, there was a fair bit of sanding I had to do on the face. If you go back to the very first video, I don't even know if it's in my playlist of this bust, but I will have to put it there, which is the review of the figure itself. And there was a fair bit of sanding, and there was a casting block on the side of the head that I had to sand off. But for the expressions of the face itself, I think it's fantastic. It's let's see if we can get a bit closer. There's for a novice bust painter like me. It's a good figure to work on because you've got lots of obviously creases in the skin and that you don't have to be ultra subtle with. If this was a female face, it'd be really smooth. Your blends have to be really subtle. I've actually left it quite not patchy as such, but I've not gone mad on glazing in too heavy because I wanted it to have that look of the sides of his scalp to match the face and all the creases. The bits I've still got to do after saying all that, I've just remembered the eyes. I have to just put some 2 little white reflections in. I will probably be doing them on the right as you look at the figure, so this side here, because this one catches more, the brow goes over slightly more there. So I would have thought the reflections would have been on that side. So I've given him green eyes. You can't really tell. I take my hat off to the box art painters around the world that do all this to a lot higher standard, because it's hard enough getting your eyes centered. To be honest with you, I'm quite happy how the eyes I hit the eyes first time for a change, and you can't even see. There we go. I hit the eyes first time. They're centered enough for me. I've put the iris up under the lid slightly and left just a very either the iris just slightly above the white of the background, whatever that is, the eyeball. So yeah, he's got green eyes, but normally I have put green highlights, bright green highlights in the dark of the eye. I can't see him even with glasses on, and I didn't really want to make the eyes any larger than they are. So, and they are a lot in shade as well with those heavy brows that he's got. I don't know if you can tell. I've put some little spots. I put one on or blemishes, shall we put it that way, on his nose, down here, on there, and there's one on the top there. I think it was actually something that could have done with being sanded off, but when I saw it I thought, well, I'll actually keep that as a spot, and I'm glad I did now, because to me it works. Definitely not putting any tattoos on his side of his scalp. I'm learning to do flesh on a larger scale, and I think that's pushing the boat a bit too far. I've just started. I put a base layer on, just the one so far. That's Andrea Red. The rest of these colours are scale 75, apart from a touch of ivory in the scale 75 from Vallejo, but this red's all Andrea. It gives it slightly not so matte coat, which is good for a lot of things. So the lips are done. I didn't want to overdo them. There's some highlights on the lips, but again, not overly highlighted. The light will obviously always, with the blonde, the light's always going to overplay it probably, but there's lots of glazes gone in around the different hair. So yeah, I've done the green, on the. I did think of doing these gold, but with his hair colour and that, I just thought green would probably be better. and I didn't want to do it like silver when I've done nearly everything else in either like a bronzy type brassy colour or a green colour. So yeah, there's our guy Khalgrim, looking very fierce and defying me to film him. It's not really much to show on the back really. There's his braids on the top. So guys, thanks a lot. The next one we'll be seeing a Khalgrim is probably, I'll do a dry fit off camera. If I'm happy with everything, I'll then obviously stick him together, and I'll either carry on painting what I need to paint, or I'll do it, stick it together, and then we'll have a chat to do the last final work in progress on him. But very happy. The face actually has come up for my standards, really nicely. I'm really pleased with the face. I'm glad that it was the face that sold it me on the bust, itself. So I'm dead chuffed with how that's come about. Let's just hope I can get those two white reflections in the eyes without completely coating the eyes white. That's going to be a challenge in itself, which is why I didn't finish it last night. Right guys, thank you very much for stopping by and taking an interest in this video. It's really appreciated, and we'll catch each other soon on another one. Cheers.